Hello ladies and gentlemen. Today we are going to analyze the legacy of two men, Paul Walker and Burt Reynolds. Why this choice? I don't know, to be honest, because, well, it's just they're so similar. They got famous by making car movies, and I think their lifestyles were very similar. So let's look at their legacy. To analyze their legacy, we are going to use a very simple acronym, LIFE. There are 4 points. Number 1, L, living offspring. Number 2, I, inventions. Inventions meaning not only what they actually came up with, like machinery or something like that. Anything that a person produced would be an invention. Number 3, it's F, financial legacy. And I think that speaks for itself. And E, educational. You will be surprised to know that both men left educational legacy as well as entertainment. So let's look at two men. L, living offspring. Paul Walker had a daughter. Burt Reynolds never had kids of his own, so he would get 0 points on that one. He had an adopted son, but it doesn't count in our analysis because he was not biologically his son. So Paul Walker wins it 1-0. Next is I, inventions. Inventions in this case would be their movies and their characters that they created. And I think as entertainers, those two men, Paul Walker and Burt Reynolds, are most famous for their inventions, mainly their characters. They got famous by making movies like The Fast and the Furious, of course, in the case with Paul Walker, and Cannonball Run and Deliverance, and Smokey and the Bandit in case of Burt Reynolds. So that is their inventional legacy, if you will. Next step, of course, is F, financial. It's very difficult to find information on Burt Reynolds' financial legacy because what I could find was this. He personally was broke at the end of his life, but so here is the thing. It doesn't mean that he didn't leave any legacy to his adopted son. As far as I understood, Burt Reynolds had set up a trust fund, which then his adopted son inherited. So, although Burt Reynolds was basically broke himself personally, he still managed to leave a legacy. And judging from his character and his life, I can assume that that legacy was pretty substantial. So that was fair and probably sufficient legacy to support his son in his life, so to speak. As for Paul Walker, as far as I understand, he didn't set up anything like that because he died quite young. So he probably didn't consider options, and his legacy is estimated around $23 million, which his daughter will inherit. And how will that happen? I don't know, it's kind of private information, so can't tell you about that. Then, and the final, of course, the most interesting part of their legacy is E, which stands for educational legacy. Both men actually worked hard to, to leave some kind of educational legacy as well as, entertainment and financial and everything like that. So let's start with Burt Reynolds. He set up a theater. It was called Burt Reynolds Dinner Theater, and that theater had a special kind of acting school attached to it. So beginning actors could join the program, and they would receive, I think, 1 year kind of salary, basic salary, and they would train there with world-class actors, and at the end of that they would basically become better actors, and that was set up by Burt Reynolds. So that is his educational legacy. As for Paul Walker, I have to look it up, to be honest, because okay, so he took part in a National Geographic documentary which was called Expedition Great White, where he helped film a, obviously, National Geographic documentary about, obviously, white sharks. He spent, I think, a week or so doing that, and why he did that, not anything else, is because his university major was actually marine biology. So before he became a model and an actor, he was really interested in marine biology, and that documentary was a way for him to both kind of indulge in his passion for ocean life and to create something worthwhile, and hopefully to lend some of the attention which he was getting as a huge movie star to the documentary, which was talking about sharks. So I don't know if you like sharks or not. I'm freaked out by them, but anyway, so that was his choice, and that concludes our analysis of the legacies of Paul Walker and Burt Reynolds. As you can see, those two men left more legacy than we thought they did, and I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, leave your ideas or impressions in the comment section, and if you liked it, please click the like button and maybe subscribe even. And I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.